Hello. This video is late, and I have a reason for that. My exam essay was due on Sunday, and that exam took everything out of me. I took yesterday and most of today to recover from that exam. I'll talk about it a bit more, but the good news is I did it. This is your reminder to go do that thing that you need to do. Trust me, I didn't think I was going to survive, but I survived. When I tell you that last week was the most difficult week I have ever had, it's still an understatement. I don't even know why I found this exam so difficult, and it wasn't just the exam, but overall that week I was gone. I was tired. Caffeine. I genuinely thought I was going to have a heart attack and die like Saturday morning, because I had to have like 2 cans of Red Bull and like 2 cups of coffee to get that essay done. But we'll talk about that now. The week was just so tough. I mean, there was no lectures or anything, but I was still gone. I had consultations Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Nobody came. It was fine. I had time to think about my essay, and that's also probably what drained me. I had a meeting with my supervisor on that Wednesday, and I got some good news, but it was overshadowed by the anxiety. The good news is that I'm going to try and publish that article very soon, next week maybe. Which at the time I was indifferent to it because I had just had so much anxiety from the exam. But I'm actually kind of excited to get to that feedback because I haven't looked at it properly. Thursday, I was like, I'm going to go read through everything that I have to read through for my exam. I basically got overwhelmed with everything because basically all the knowledge that I had was from being in the lectures and listening to the lecturer. And all of the readings that she gave us was basically supplementary to the lectures. So in order to source something that she said in the lectures, I didn't know which book it was in. Granted, I did start skipping some of the readings as it got to the end. That's my fault. Next semester, I need to make sure to actually do the readings properly, even if I just skim and take down like major points. But yeah, it was so hard to find the information that I knew. Like, I could type it out verbatim, but where was the source for it? That was also so difficult. The biggest thing I honestly think was the problem was it was only 1,500 words, which is very limiting. There was a lot that I wanted to talk about, like the idea. The content was so fascinating that I wanted to write a whole article about it, basically, like what you can do with this cybernetic systems and whatever, and like the concepts and everything. But only 1,500 words. I could only talk about one kind of topic related to one specific thing, which was really difficult for me. I ended up writing 2,000 words, and I remember in class she did say we can go up to 2,000, so I'm not going to get penalized for that. But it was so difficult to not put too many words, overwrite everything. Like, is this too much clarification? Like, I had to remove some clarification stuff so I could actually like have an actual narrative telling the story of my argument of why language can be seen as a cybernetic system, whatever, which I don't really agree with. It was interesting. I found some cool stuff, which I'm hopefully going to use for later research. But what I actually put in that essay was just oh, look, you can apply this, because that's kind of what the question was. It was a bit of a weird question. It was open-ended, but also not open-ended. I feel like the lecturer set it to be open-ended, but we don't want to like answer the wrong question and then fail just because we did the wrong thing. But yeah, I really don't know what what really was so difficult for me. I mean, Friday night, I stayed up till 6 o'clock in the morning. Usually I say I spit out onto the page just terrible writing so that I can go through it the next day. For this essay, I vomited onto the page. It was disgusting. Frankly, if I had submitted that, they would have deregistered me. Like, it was horrible and disgusting. Saturday, I also stayed up until 6 o'clock in the morning. This time was a lot better. When it was Friday, like Saturday morning, I guess, I only started working at like 2:30 in the morning because I was just procrastinating. I literally braided my hair while I was procrastinating. On Saturday night, Sunday morning, I actually started working earlier, like midnight, and I still stayed up until 6 o'clock. I got it done to a really, really high level on Sunday morning. What I was missing from the Friday night draft was references. So like I said, I couldn't find any references for the stuff because it was just so overwhelming. I vomited everything onto the page, everything I knew about the language and the systems and whatever. And then Saturday night, Sunday morning, I literally just went through and Control F'd on the readings that we have for metastability and all of the keywords that I know I was trying to use. And I managed to find some. I managed to find external sources as well, which the lecturer did say that if you want to get a distinction, use external sources. But I had to use those external sources to actually have like a summary of what the topic was about so that I could say, okay, this. Okay, this reading has this reading has this from our actual prescribed readings. So I kind of cheated. I mean, I understand the content. It was the connecting the content to the readings that was impossible for me to do. Next time, I need to do the readings beforehand. That's a given. But yeah, I'm working on that article. It's hopefully going to be done next week, maybe this week if I get my stuff together, if I can recover. My research essay is also almost done. I need to go through and edit, go through everything. I need to finish reading Being in Time over there because I preempt some ideas that I'm not really sure about. Yeah, first semester's over. I'm thinking of doing a official post-mortem next week, kind of linking back to all of the goals that I set in the beginning in episode 0 and seeing where we go from there. It's been a wild ride, a very tiring ride. As you can see from a lot of the videos, I'm almost dead. But I'm happy I survived. We made it. The song for this week is not one song, but it's an album. And I'll tell you why. I worked for like 12 hours over 2 days on this godforsaken exam. I had to listen to something. I listened to How I'm Feeling Now by Charli XCX. That album bangs. Anthems goes so hard at 4 o'clock in the morning when you're on 2 cans of Red Bull trying to stay awake. Forever bangs. It's so good. Claws makes me feel so happy. That album is just a gem. Like, it's amazing. But yeah, that's the song for this week. Yeah, I will see you next week for the official post-mortem. After that, I'll go on a break, get all of my work done. But until then, enjoy yourself and go do that thing you need to do. Bye.